So we're back, another video. The Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers. Controversy right from the start, right from pregame warm-ups in this game. Because Jon Gruden somehow forgot, I think, that the Raiders moved from Oakland to Los Angeles. Not to Los Angeles, to Las Vegas. Because he was wearing an Oakland Raiders hat. That was a big controversy. And then somehow he switched it. Someone got him a Vegas hat. It looked like the same hat. I thought it was Photoshopped for a minute. But no. But before the game controversy, then the game got started. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. I said in my pregame preview that 0 people to this point, 0, not a single one watched, that I thought the Chargers were going to pull this out. I emphasized how important this was for the Raiders because they came into this game sitting at 7-6 on the outside looking in the AFC playoff picture. They needed a win, especially going to play Miami next week. I don't know if they're going to Miami. Miami's coming to them, but they're playing Miami, who currently does hold one of the spots in the wild card, so this was a big one for them. But Chargers, Justin Herbert, can't say it enough. This kid is a stud. And I did not think that prior to the draft. I made a video. You could go back. You could look it. Pop it in up here. I thought Justin Herbert was going to stink. I thought he was just a guy, big arm, wasn't going to be super accurate, wasn't really going to flash he wasn't going to live up to his abilities. He's doing all that. This game, he drove him right down. He had a great first drive. Derek Carr was moving the ball on his first drive. Second drive, Derek Carr actually got hurt. And for some reason, he comes up limping. They show the replay. Joe Buck says, I don't want to say what that is. I mean, he pulled a groin. You can see it. It's not like a testicle popped out of the bottom of his pants or anything. It was just he pulled a groin. It's fine, dude. You can mention it. It's not that big of a deal. So he goes out. Marcus Mariota comes in. This is why you pay a backup $8 million per year. Marcus Mariota came in his first drive. He looked very good. And the whole game, he looked pretty good. He looked like a guy that you could see why he was drafted second overall 2015. His running ability was very good. I think he had 70 or 80 yards. Josh Jacobs was slow, but down the stretch he got it going. And I was getting ready to come on here. I had to actually look up the Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator because I had no idea who the hell it was, but he made the most bonehead play at the end of the fourth quarter. 3rd and 2. I think they were on the 25, so it would have been a 43-yard field goal, less than 10 seconds to go, or less than a minute to go in the game. Your kicker, Badgley, just missed. So he missed from 47. I think it might have been a 43-yard field goal where you're at. So risky just to begin with, but okay. You don't want to make it longer, so just run it. You either don't gain yards or maybe you get the first down. You can keep moving it, whatever. This guy tries to get a little cute. Shane Steichen, I don't know how to say his last name, tries to get cute. Herbert loses 10 yards, gets sacked, loses 10 yards. Of course, now Badgley has to kick it from 53, 54, I don't know, misses it. He pulls it. He pulled the 47-yarder, and then he pulled this one. The way it looked, if it was 8 yards shorter like it should have been, it probably would have went in and it wouldn't have had to go into overtime. So I was getting ready to rip this guy apart if they didn't win this game. Overtime happens. Raiders get the ball. Mariota drove them down. The Raiders this game, they got down to the red zone. They could not punch it in. Darren Waller, just popped into my head. You probably know that he's a stud, but he balled out. I like what the Raiders do. They move him out wide. They bring him in. He was Mariota's guy. Favorite target while he was in there. Can't blame him. Dude's a stud. Nelson Aguilar, nice to see him bounce back. He had pretty garbage career in Philly, so he's been playing well in Oakland, Las Vegas. I feel like Jon Gruden now. But that was the problem for them, for the Raiders today. They got down into the red zone and they couldn't punch it in. So in overtime, they settled for a field goal. They gave the ball to Herbert. I don't even think it took Herbert. I don't know. He chucked one downfield. Herbert might have had them inside the 5 within 2 or 3 passes, and then they ended up punching it in. Herbert tried to QB sneak it when they were inside the 3, fumbled. They recovered in the end zone because it wasn't Herbert. It couldn't be a touchdown, but they got the ball back inside the 1. And he did the same thing, tried to go over the pile, but he was like a yard out. I mean, these quarterbacks need to learn from Tom Brady. Just get small and go on under, behind an offensive lineman. Don't try to reach it over. Bad things will happen. But he sneaks it in. Second effort, great second effort by him. Gets it in the end zone. and they go on to win. They win 30-27. Some takeaways. This game, the Chargers, again, I said it in the preview. I like what they have. I think next year they could definitely be a playoff team. Herbert is that dude. For some reason, you think of these quarterbacks like a Patrick Mahomes, big, mobile, big arm, can make off-script throws, Josh Allen, and now Justin Herbert appears to be one of those guys, all in the AFC. And then you have Lamar Jackson, who's not, in terms of the arm ability, one of those guys, but his playmaking ability with his legs is just, like, it makes up for all that. So all these big-time playmaking quarterbacks appear to be in the AFC, and there's none of them in the NFC, except for Aaron Rodgers at this point that I can think of. And then you think Trevor Lawrence is going to come in, and he's going to be with the Jets, so another one in the AFC. He's another one of those guys. That's crazy. Back to the Chargers. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams played, but they were on like a pitch count. They weren't in there all the time. But outside of them, so those are two good receivers. Keenan Allen's really good. Mike Williams probably hasn't lived up to what the Chargers thought he was going to be, but not bad. Hunter Henry, really good tight end. Jalen Guyton looks to be stud. Quick step off the line. I like how KJ Hill looked today. And John, I can't think of Johnson's first name, but he even made some big plays. So I think, like, receiver-wise, they have a bunch of good young receivers that weren't high draft picks that appear to be really good for them. And then they have Keenan Allen, and I don't know if they re-sign Mike Williams or if he's going to be gone after this year. But the Chargers, they appear to be a team that's poised to make a move into the playoffs next year. They're 5-9 now. The Raiders, 7-7. Their playoff chances are all but done. Who knows if Derek Carr will be back next week, or if Mariota will play, or if Derek Carr will be back the rest of the year, or if he'll be the Raiders quarterback next year. That is a real conversation that needs to be had. And now there are even some rumblings that Jon Gruden might be on the hot seat. I think that dude's in a third year of a $100 million contract. He ain't going anywhere for at least another 2 years. But Derek Carr, he might be gone after this year. Chargers, great win, great game. Maybe the best Thursday night football game, definitely that I've watched, because this is the first one I've watched start to finish. But maybe the best Thursday night football game, and it's the last one of the year. Great game. Congrats to the Chargers. If you're a Chargers fan, be excited about the future. If you're a Raiders fan,